presentation that a group of and I did for an ethics class for CBEE 320, Engineering Ethics. Our topic was pharmaceuticals in drinking water and who is responsible and yada yada yada. It was pretty fun. I used Adobe Flash for the first time to create these silly little cartoons and animations. Haven't really done that since like freshman year in high school, so it was a lot of fun. And then it was pretty well received, so I was pretty happy about that. A lot of people laughed, and that's all I really cared about. And my group seemed to enjoy it, and that was really important to me too. So this is just a copy that I wanted to put on the internet to show other people. We had a script for each scene and stuff like that, but I don't really want to replicate it because it doesn't really work without the other group members. And so I'll just kind of give the general idea of what was going on with each scene and the progression of the story of the cartoon. But basically the premise is that there are a whole bunch of pharmaceutically active compounds that have been detected in water, and a lot of people are really unsure whether or not these pharmaceuticals will lead to health implications, or if they're even at a level where anything will happen. So our presentation was just kind of about the uncertainty in that. So yeah, I'll just kind of go with it, see if this works. So we started off, we call this a documentary, actually. We started off introducing our characters. This was the first one. This is Blue. And Blue likes ice cold water. What's this? Here we have the second character, Groen. Groen also enjoys water. And then our third character, inspired by Super Meat Boy, is Sam. Sam also enjoys water. It was really fun, like, working with my group mates, Kyle, and trying to get all this timing and stuff to work. So we had like this really long pause, even though this animation was originally like 5 seconds, but we had these really long pauses so that we could talk about facts about how these characters lived in Oregon. And here's this pharmaceutical company. The pharmaceutical company's goal is to treat the sick, stuff like that, but their focus is not really misguided, but there are just other consequences because of their medication, I suppose. So we had this first character, Blue, taking some medication, and then bounced around over to the toilet. And this one was to make the point that a lot of the medications that people take aren't fully metabolized, so they end up just being excreted and then flushed down the toilet. More long pauses. We had Groen here, apparently a farmer, loading medications into cow feed to strengthen and keep their cows healthy. And then, but the same deal with humans, a lot of it's not medicated or metabolized, so it ends up in excrement. And then we had poop on the screen for a good like 5 seconds, just standing there. It was kind of fun. Here, Sam had fallen ill, so of course she needs to take medication to get better. This one was kind of hard, drawing the bed. I had to use like some image for reference. It was difficult. Anyways, so Sam has unused medication left over. She doesn't know what to do with it. And actually the FDA suggests that you take your unused medication and flush it down the toilet. So it's kind of the same deal as the first case, where just medication goes down the toilet into the water supply. And then, of course, the pharmaceutical company itself, through its manufacturing, processes a bunch of waste and pours all this stuff down into the water. Oh, this is really long without any talking. Okay. So then we were just kind of making the point that despite the source. All of these are improper disposal of these medications, and they end up in the groundwater eventually. And then the government is responsible for regulating the water and cleaning it through these water treatment plants. And we made the point that current treatment plants do not filter pharmaceuticals because they haven't been shown to be toxic. And then I did a little bit of research, like filters right now can filter out bacteria and suspended particles like dirt and other nasties and stuff like that, but solubles, like drugs, will just pass right through. And so there is neither the technology nor the need right now to filter those stuff out. So the government's also responsible through the FDA, Dr. Adam Higgins, aka Prof. Adams, and to work with the quality assurance people of the pharmaceutical company, Dr. McGuire / Big Mac, and to reduce the emission. It's probably easy to miss, but that actually decreased. The consumers can also responsibly dispose of their medications, and one method we discovered was like put water and coffee grounds into a Ziploc bag and put your medications into that to make it undesirable for children, and then disposing it. But I don't know, that seems really weird to me. And I think my animation kind of implied that it did stuff to it, but it really doesn't. So it just goes in the trash. And then we had this scientist guy who studies pharmaceuticals, and then he detects pharmaceuticals in the water, so he has to take a sample over to his lab to analyze it. It's also really hard to analyze it because there really aren't any standards or anything, but he publishes this report, and we just kind of made it so that he said the concentrations were so small compared to everything else that it probably won't be a problem. Kind of exemplifying the uncertainty in this whole thing. So we had Blue frolicking in the fields, returning to his normal life, slowly turning purple as he drinks water. So sad. I'm actually going to drink water right now. And then Blue gets all tired and drinks more water and lays down to rest, and then he dies. It was really sad to kill off one of my characters, and a bunch of people at the presentation were like, ah! It was funny. Gruen continues farm work and then gets stronger instead of getting weakened by water. And then I don't remember why. I had originally I had this stupid joke where Gruen would get so strong that you would see him riding on the back of Godzilla as a replacement Spike, but then I just made him angry and lash out at the cow. That cow's awesome, by the way. And then Sam also returns to her daily routine, swims a bunch. We have the fish from Mario chasing after her. And then with Sam, nothing really happens. So and then we just kind of highlighted that there's a lot of uncertainty with pharmaceuticals and drinking water. So yeah. Shoutouts to Marsha, Katrina, and Kyle for being so awesome, putting up with my insanity. And the end.